Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment in our Minecraft survival world here, as this pig is rudely trying to push me off the edge of the cliff. Now, as we did in our last episode, we went out into the End Islands. We did a little bit of raiding, and you can see here that we have our Elytra on, and we have enchanted it with Mending and Unbreaking. We also have gathered a couple of firework rockets that we're going to need for today specifically because we are going to go out and adventure a little bit and attempt to see if I can find some things that I'm missing. Primarily, what I'm really hoping to find, and I probably won't because it's a very rare biome, but I'm hoping that we can find a Badlands somewhere nearby so we can have access to terracotta and some other goods and items. But we'll see if we run into any villages or other goods along the way. So let's go ahead and take to the skies in our Elytra here. We'll go ahead and go into third person view because I think that allows us a little bit of a better field of view of the area that we will be flying over, allow us to survey the land a little bit better. And we're just going to basically look for anything of interest and then stop in as we find it. I may grab some of this sugar cane if I happen to land in a spot where there happens to be a lot of it. Something kind of cool that I noticed over this way a little while back is there is a ocean monument that we can stop in at some point, so that might be beneficial for us to work with at some point as well, especially if I'm wanting to use prismarine as a part of any of our building components. It looks like we've got a taiga over here, but nothing inside of it. There's a bunch of this mossy cobblestone, which is really kind of interesting the way that kind of spawns in. But no villages out this way from what I can tell, so we're just going to keep moving right on past it. We don't need to stop and grab ourselves any spruce because we have done that previously. But we're very well into some new and fresh loaded chunks here, so that's kind of fun. We've got a swamp, and I would be a lot more excited about that, but as I've stated previously, the swamp biome underwent a change, or rather the ore generation that was changed between 1.17 and 1.16 in prior versions kind of took away the cool thing about the swamp that was discovered recently with diamond ore generation. So we can't really use that to our benefit any longer, which is sad, but it is what it is. We've now got the lapis trick, and I suppose that works well enough. Let's head up and over the top of this mountain here. Our Elytra is actually doing surprisingly well on its durability. And we've got ourselves a dark oak forest. We're going to comb back and forth a little bit through this place, mainly because I doubt that it would happen, but you could run into a woodland mansion out here, and that would certainly be something worth taking a closer look at if we were to find it. Unfortunately, that does not appear to be the case. Not too far from here, there's actually another village. Now, I know that in the changelog for, I think some of the experimental snapshots that we're seeing, we should expect to see a reduction in the amount of villages that spawn in, or the frequency in which they spawn, which will kind of be a sad thing to see. I've never seen this structure specifically, little grindstone lean-to. That's actually really cool. But that will be something to kind of keep in mind as we come into the newer iterations of Minecraft in the future. Let's grab these potatoes. Let's grab some of this bread. And then the sweet berries I don't necessarily need, but they also wouldn't hurt to have. So let's go ahead and drop this wool because we've got a lot of that back home. And then we'll grab a couple of these sweet berries on the off chance that we come across foxes at some point and want to do some more work with them, we can. Is this intended to have two different doors on it? I honestly don't know if these homes are meant to have two doors. If they are, then, I mean, good for them. They've adapted and have some heightened resistance to zombie attacks, but I don't recall that being something that was meant to be the case. So while we're on the topic of things that I've never done, let's go ahead and do something I've never done. Let's grab a couple of these iron ingots, and we'll use that to make some shears. Now, I'm going to have to stock up or stash up a couple of my items here just to make a little bit more room. But now that we've done that, let's go ahead and put these shears in our hands. Then let's go and find ourselves some seagrass. Looks like there's a little bit right here. And if we grab this guy and this guy, should have a little bit more. Swim down to the bottom. I think 4 is enough. How many turtles are there up here? There's 5, so 4 should be plenty for what we need here. So let's go ahead and put this seagrass in our hands. And then, if we knock a couple of these guys on the head, they'll breed up. And then, once they're done kind of sifting the sand around like so, you'll see that there will be some turtle eggs. And we can take our Silk Touch pick and grab a couple of these guys. And then we can have sea turtles at home. Wow, that was actually a decent amount. We got 5 of them. And are you still trying to bury egg? You're flipping your little fins around like you might be wanting to. We'll see if you do then, I guess. Thought you kind of did all of them in one go. That's a lot of sand you're flipping around there. Oh, you actually, this turtle alone gave us like 7 eggs. That's wild. That is actually crazy. But we've got the eggs now. That's kind of fun, I guess. So we can have sea turtles at home. Let's adventure out this way a little bit further, see if we come across anything else that's kind of fun. Ooh, what do we have here? We've got an abandoned shipwreck. I haven't found one of these yet in this world, so let's have a peek. And it was the iron mother lode for sure. Thing had so much iron in it. And then don't know if we're gonna have the actual treasure component of this ship. Imagine probably not. But I've been wrong before. Ooh, there actually is an under cavity. Why, there is a buried map. Well, that's fun. Let's... There, this actually, some reflection in here. So let's get out of there. Let's come up to the top side. And let's store a couple of things away. That doesn't appear to be it. So if we come back over here, there's actually another shipwreck right here. Let's see if they actually lead to the same spot, because this is a more complete wreck. Aha, there was an extra map in here. Now, let's go ahead and see if these maps are identical. They are not. There's 2 different pieces of treasure out here. Oh, And we've got an easy little escape hatch right there that we can go through. Well, let's just see then what this does for us. Let's pop this guy back out again. Let's put away some of our newfound goods here. Well, we've got a drowned shrine above ground. I don't know that I've ever seen one quite like this. That's really interesting, actually. Hey, boys. What's going on? You don't happen to have any chests hanging out here in broad daylight, do you? Now, if I remember correctly, if we go to 9 and 9, and then come straight down, yep, we do have this little block here. There we go. And then we can get in here, and oh boy, is there a lot of good stuff. Lots of emeralds. Got a heart of the sea. Got some diamonds. Got some cooked cod. And I can leave the gold. But we are going to go ahead and place... That was the wrong map. Hey, buddy. I know there's a lot of you around here. But we're going to go ahead and drop this map in there. Because it's silly to hold on to a map once you know what was in it. We saw that dot get a little bigger, and we are now passing it by. So we want to take a sharp turn and go this way. And how much you want to bet that this shipwreck has in it a map that goes to this exact same piece of treasure? Yep. More diamonds. More emeralds. Another heart of the sea. We can leave the gravel in there. Let's go ahead and take this map out of our hand. Take this cooked cod. Take this TNT. And since this has a lot more gold in it, we can go ahead and grab the gold. But let's get back up to the surface before we drown. Ooh, we haven't seen this yet. Let's rest away the night real quick. But we've got ourselves a fun new thing, and that is something I'd really like to walk away here with. So let's pop this paper over here. I should be able to store up some more of these items in here. All right, now let's come over here. And there's two things that I want to make sure that I grab. One is any amount of bamboo. Not because it's direly necessary, but it's something that's kind of nice to have. Any amount should be fine because it grows super fast. And then let's grab some of these cocoa beans. And I suppose we can grab some junk wood. And then hopefully I get some jungle saplings out of this. I don't think I have just yet. There's some jungle saplings. Plenty of jungle saplings, actually. I wanted at least 4, because that's going to give us the ability to grow up a mega jungle tree, should we choose to do so. And then the only other thing that I want to check and see if is here is we want to see if there's any parrots. Which there may not be in this small of an area, especially if there's an ocelot. But there actually is a parrot. And I would try and tame him if I wasn't still 6,000 blocks away from home. And if I had any amount of seeds on me, which I don't. Well, I guess I have the cocoa beans, but I'd rather not use cocoa beans than trying to tame up a parrot. However, there's a panda right over here. And so if we want to play around with them later, let's just go ahead and take a screenshot of these coordinates so we can know where to come back and do just those things. Or we can even build another portal coming over this way. But for now, we need to continue the trek to home still. Got a couple of goats here. I think this is the first goats that we've seen. They might not be. But in any event, let's go ahead and see if we can get one other advancement real quick. And there we go. Whatever floats your goat. It actually might be the goat that's in this boat that is the one that's screaming. So if we want to come back and grab him, we can do just that. However, we're going to run back and grab these jungle planks just so we don't have random entities hanging out on the ground. That crafting bench can hang out here. And we're going to continue on homeward, which is getting ever closer. That's actually a really cool little formation right there. And here we are, home sweet home. And our Elytra actually isn't doing too bad. I mean, it's not doing great, but all things considered, it's doing pretty good. Now, what I think we're going to do in our next episode, which may not be on Thursday, I think I have something else planned for then. But what I think we'll do in our next episode is, if you recall from earlier on, this little cobblestone piece in the middle of our, I guess, the lake that we turned into a farm type area, this goes down to a skeleton spawner that's basically right down below us. And I think I'd like to try and retrofit it into an XP farm that's right underneath our feet that will be beneficial for a couple of different purposes. So if you're excited to see what my ideas are with that, because I have a concept in mind for a different style of mob grinder that will work with skeletons, and I guess it would technically work with creepers and zombies as well. But if that's something you're interested in seeing, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I'm probably going to do it anyway because I kind of want to test myself on that. But if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure that you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for the daily variety content. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye.